having a longer time to prepare? You two guys working.
That's a basic question that, like, you had more time to prepare for a final exam. You had a day to prepare for it. You had 30 days to prepare for it. The more time you have, usually the better. The more things you can retain. As far as from on a boxing standpoint, as far as from uh, learning each other and working longer together. But I have a question for this journalist here. What did you see the last fight that made you say a statement that it's the same on Triple G, the last fight? What did or didn't you see? Because from a standpoint of boxing, you said that like you analyzed the fight, and if you've seen his previous fights, then my opinion, you should have seen something different in that fight.
You know what? Maybe the expectations were too high, and I'll admit to that. Because this is also a conversation that we had with Sergey and Dre. And a lot of the conversation was leading into that fight, and what we saw from the media workout, there was a lot of movement, a lot of lateral movement, a lot of being on his toes, right? And Sergey himself said, well, he was looking for something maybe a little different in that fight.
Are you coming back?
Maybe the expectation was too much, like I said, but it just seemed like it was Triple G was being Triple G, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it was just that maybe we was going to see another wrinkle. So with them, it was kind of like they don't really expect to see anything different because they don't really know if it's just too past the time for it. I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't know Triple G personally, so it's impossible for me to say. You know?
Right. No, I'm not saying if this is. Keep in mind, this question has come off not coming off anything negative.
Right.
I was just like
That's why I said
asking a
it's not a
question.
criticism, it's
Oh,
just-
right. I was asking a question to see where you coming from a
Right.
mental standpoint.
Right.
But one thing about it, I don't expect Triple G to become a fighter to start moving circles around the ring. That's never going to be him. It would be foolish of me to think it will become him at this stage in boxing. But I do think one thing you will see more of this fight that you've seen maybe a pinch of the last fight is the volume of punches that he'll be throwing and the defensive mindset that he will have. Because I think that's the Triple G that is going to be difficult to prepare for. I mean, the guy you seen, everybody got used to seeing the same Triple G that stands there and look for one punch.
Right.
You know, now the goal is for him not to be that guy no more. For him to be a different as far as having the rhythm, more volume punches. Not looking for one punch, but looking for multiple punches. But yet, we still looking to end the fight with a knockout.
Also, even though Gennadiy has a lot of knockouts, he's never knocked out someone with that particular punch before, and I think that's a tribute to a different style that JB brought, a different rhythm brought, where he switched and then knocked him out with the left hand with one punch. So you've never seen that exact punch before in a knockout for Triple G.
Can he fight backing up?
Say that again?
Can Triple G fight backing up?
I think he's been fighting backing up the majority of his boxing career. And that's the one thing I'm trying to change.
Oh, really?
I want him to fight going forward. If you look at 99.9% of the fighters today, the first thing they do when they come to the ring, they start backing up. And they fight going backwards. Because everybody fighting off the same left foot. And that left foot is only going to push you backwards because you can't push forward on the left foot. So my goal is for not just Triple G, but any fighter I work with, a lot of times you got to press the action. You got to go forward sometimes. You got to almost try to not only break your opponent down, sometimes you got to step to him and see what he want to do. Sometimes a fight can end early, or sometimes a fight can last longer, depending on how soon and how often you step to your opponent.
What type of different challenges does Derevyanchenko present that Rolls could not?
Well, experience is the difference in that one. I mean, plus, in my opinion, the dude have a much better trainer. I mean, I've been watching Andre since, a young teenager, man. This dude have had some of the best fighters and the amateurs come out of New York. You know, when we seen guys from New York, and when we seen Andre Walker behind him, we were like, oh snap, we got a fight in our hands tonight. We knew we had a serious fight because of the type of guy, you know, that he is. So that's one thing right there alone. There's going to be a difference, but the goal is for Triple G experience to be the difference on his side. For him knowing how he's able to mentally and physically break an opponent down and to put enough pressure on him where he can take advantage of what the things he needs to take advantage of.
I don't know how much you've had a chance to study it or anything, but did you watch his last fight against Jack Colkay? Derevyanchenko, you watched it?
I did.
What did you think of his performance in that fight? He said when he was sitting in this chair before that the fight was difficult for him and maybe more difficult than he expected. Why do you, from the outside looking in, why do you think that was?
I mean, just different styles, man. A lot of people, you know, you could come together for a dance, but if your partner starts stepping on your feet, now you got to make adjustments. You know, you may end it, but it may not end the way you wanted to end. So that's why you got a lot of fighters we consider great. They're able to make adjustments right there on the spot. Sometimes you have to. And when the one who can't make the adjustments the fastest, usually is the guy that's the runner-up. And I think in this particular fight, with Triple G, with him being able to see more of Triple G, than Triple G is able to see of him, this is going to come down to a fight as who gonna make the quicker adjustments before somebody call it out. Who's gonna make the quicker adjustments so they can take advantage of their opponent? I think that's what it will come down to.
You guys are training in Big Bear, right?
Yeah.